Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Searching for Sports Cards. Tonight we're going to take a quick break from ripping retail to build our personal collection, and we are going to talk about selling sports cards and selling on eBay in particular. I've got 3 topics that I want to cover with you all tonight. Number 1, I want to talk a little bit about strategy. Number 2, shipping. How do we ship our cards once we actually sell a card on eBay? And then lastly, we're going to get right down to brass tacks. We're going to talk about how much money did we actually make selling cards on eBay. So when it comes to strategy, you guys, I'm not a deep thinker about this stuff. I'm more of a caveman, if I'm being honest. I collect baseball cards and I collect football cards. During baseball season, the focus is on baseball. Football season, I'm focused on football cards. This is the one time a year where I have a bunch of overlap, and it's strictly to take advantage of the Major League postseason, okay? I have had tremendous amounts of success in the past capitalizing on players that are active in the postseason. Jeremy Pena is the guy that comes to mind. I blew a couple of Jeremy Pena cards out of the water, but it was a perfect storm. Jeremy Pena was a good hot rookie at the time. Those cards closed on the night that the Astros won the World Series, and Jeremy Pena was named the World Series MVP. I mean, you can't have a better scenario to unload a card than that. But it's not always going to go that well. But if you've got Mookie Betts, you've got Ohtani you're looking to move, you've got Aaron Judge you're looking to move, maybe Juan Soto, guys like that are still actively involved in the postseason, I would strongly encourage you guys to get those cards up on the market right now. Take advantage of the fact that they're front and center and on everybody's minds. Get them gone, free up your money, get more wax, get more singles, get more breaks. However you go about obtaining your sports cards, I think right now is the best time to capitalize on some of the stars of Major League Baseball. When it comes to football, the strategy is pretty simple. We all know the hobby's driven by quarterbacks. There's certain guys that are just relatively safe. The Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Burrows of the world. They're not going anywhere. Josh Allen's another guy that comes to mind. With that said, if you've got the hot rookie quarterback and you're not going to hold it long term, you're not sure he's going to be a star, I would say right now is the time to move that card. They are on the forefront of everybody's mind. The 2023 class, with the exception maybe of C.J. Stroud and a couple of guys, falling by the wayside. Will Levis is in the tank right now. I'm guilty of holding a bunch of Will Levis, and I'm probably never going to get rid of him. Same goes with Mac Jones. I lost my butt on Mac Jones. I held all my Mac Jones cards, and now they're sitting in a box, never going to see the light of day again. So if you've got the hot rookies, get them gone right now while people are thinking about it. While people are still seeing the upside in those guys. Don't wait too long in case they start to look like they might be a bust. You'll never get rid of them. If they get hurt, you're never going to get rid of them. So if you've got rookies that you don't plan to hold for the long term, I say get them gone. Get them up on eBay. Be rid of them. Shipping. Let's talk about shipping. How I do my shipping is just kind of how I would like to be treated as a buyer in this hobby, okay? So at $1 to $10, standard white envelope. I'll show you the back of this one so nobody's address gets exposed. I am going to top load every single card that I sell, even if it's $1. I'm going to top load it, give it a little piece of painter's tape, and then maybe wrap a little piece of paper around it into the white envelope and gone. The rest is history. If we cross the $10 threshold, you're still going to get a white envelope from me. With that said, north of $10, I'm going to take a little extra care. I'm going to put some cardboard in the envelope just to make it a little more rigid and better protect your investment. And then once we cross the $20 threshold, that's when I'm going to take it the next step. I'm going to top load. I'm going to go with the blue painter's tape. Then I'm going to sandwich between 2 pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to use a bubble mailer. $20 is my threshold for a bubble mailer. Typically, I offer free shipping, so I think I'm being more than fair about it. If you feel otherwise, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you like to see when you buy cards on eBay, but that's how I do it. Lastly, the important part, let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's talk about the money of actually selling a card on eBay. Like I said, I closed 2 cards today. I've got all the information right here written down in front of me, so I took some notes so I didn't forget. So bear with me if I'm reading some of this information off to you. But the first card we're going to talk about, 2024 Score a Treat, Jaden Daniels, green border, the rare version of Junk Wax, I guess. Because that's what it kind of seems like with the Score a Treat, Junk Wax level and beyond maybe. But the green border is supposedly more rare. So whenever I do a listing on eBay, I give opening bid, and I also offer a buy it now. My buyer took advantage of the buy it now. It was $4.99 plus tax, came to $5.40. eBay then Took out the tax of 41 cents. They backed out fees at $1.02. That took me down to $3.97. On $3.97, I'm going to use a standard envelope, which cost me 69 cents. That takes me down to $3.28, or 60% of the selling price comes directly back to me. The second card was a 2024 Donruss Elite Tyreek Hill Spellbound green letter H. This buyer also took advantage of my buy it now price, was $2.99. After tax, it came to $3.17. eBay then backed out the taxes of 18 cents, charged me fees at 72 cents. That's down to $2.27, minus standard envelope shipping of 69 cents. I'm going to see $1.58, or 49% of the selling fee. It sounds terrible. I get it. It sounds horrible. But for the sake of argument, I know this card is not $100. But let's just, for the purposes of this video, assume that this Cole Kmet Select Blue, 34 out of 75 on the print, 34 out of 75 on the print. Boy, that was a mouthful. Holy smokes. If you've been with me at any length of time, you know I can't always talk very well. But anyways, let's just assume that's a $100 card, and I take that to my local card shop, and I sell it for, as Randy Moss would say, straight cash homie. I'm going to get $50. My local card shop gives 50 cents on the dollar when they pay cash for a card. If I take it there and trade, they're going to give me $60. You get 60 cents on the dollar at my local card shop and trade. And on certain cards, they will offer a consignment. If it's a card that both parties are interested in moving, it's something that's going to draw some attention to the shop, it's going to drive some traffic to the shop, they will offer a consignment, and at that point, they're taking a 30% rake. I think that's more than fair. They're providing an audience. They have overhead. They're doing a lot of the legwork. They may even advertise the card if it's a really good card. So I don't have a problem with that. But back to what we did here on eBay today. I'm going to round up to 50% on the bottom card and say 60% on the first card. We're averaging right at 55%. This is no different than if I walked into my local card shop and sold those cards. But I can't just walk in there and sell them $5 cards. They're really not that interested in $5 cards. Most of the $5 cards are probably in their dollar box, let's be honest. So for me, I think eBay is just the way to go. I'm not going to take the time to set up a Whatnot account and do dollar auctions on Whatnot. I just don't have time for it. I have a decent following on TikTok, but it's not huge, and it's more fishing-related content than it is sports cards. So could I sell them on there? Maybe, but maybe not. And then I got to wonder, are people going to pay? I got to put my Venmo out there and do all that jazz. Doesn't seem very productive. And I'm definitely not going to set up one of those silly pull boxes that you see on TikTok Live all the time, where people are paying $10 for 2 pulls and they get $2 worth of cards, but they're chasing one ridiculous chaser and they got about a 1 in 200 chance of hitting the chaser. That's not me. That's not my style. As for this platform, I don't have a big enough audience to go live on here and try to sell on auctions live here on YouTube like some guys do. I just don't see that as working. So for me, I guess it's eBay for now. Unless you guys can point me in the direction towards another platform that you're having a tremendous amount of success on that you think is worth trying, I'm certainly open to suggestions. With that said, this video is getting entirely too long. I appreciate everybody's time. I really sincerely do. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a thumbs up on the video, and please certainly leave a comment below, because I'm looking forward to some conversation about this topic. I really am. With all that said, thank you again. I will see you all on the next rip.